Well, a very good morning to you and yours. As you know, TVU Networks is currently on the grounds at MediaTech Africa 2026. And what better way to do it in a place that feels like home, in a place that is comfortable, and in a place that simply represents dream work makes the team work. Now, if you're really serious about creating amazing content, listen to me closely because this one is for you. We're talking lighting. We're talking audio. We're talking about visual. Bring all of that together and you get what we have today. Canon, RØDE, Godox, welcome to TVU Networks.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having us.
Guys?
Awesome. Thanks for being
First
here.
and foremost, Damien, I have a bone to pick with you.
Yes.
You don't have an award next to you.
I don't. I just provided the secret sauce to these guys' stands.
Damien.
But, I'm also not one for the limelight. Even though we sell lighting, I'm not one for the limelight.
You were on a 4-meter scaffold recently, so
Yeah.
we'll share ours with
thank
you.
you.
Oh, there
Have
we
a-
go.
I was
have
just
a feel.
joking. I'd say we'll put a little Godox little
There we
engraving
go.
over there. But well done, guys. I'm
There we
actually,
go.
I'm so stoked for you. Very, very proud.
Yeah.
Just to be a small part of that collaboration.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was
congrats.
definitely a big teamwork.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I want to start. The collaboration between the three brands. Why was it important for you guys to come together, especially at an exco this big?
Well, I'll elaborate a little bit on that. I think Canon's mission at the moment really is third-party collaboration.
Yeah.
RØDE have integrated some amazing technology into their latest technology and products like NDI into the RØDEcaster Pro, which works seamlessly with our PDZ cameras. Godox lighting, we set up our entire stand with the Alice in Wonderland theme. We had all the flowers and the props and everything set up.
Yeah.
And it only came to life after Damien climbed off that scaffolding.
With the lighting.
with the
We
yeah.
just know in these production environments, live environments, if you want to take your podcast, live production, house of worship, anything to the next level, it's these three things that come together, right? Audio, lighting, and the visual. I would say the visual comes last.
I want to talk about the lighting first. Because if I don't like my picture, I'm not posting it. Most of the editing we're doing, we're fixing the lighting. But
Exactly.
why is it normally the last point of reference when putting together production or broadcast?
It's funny you should say that because I always say, you have to start with the light. So equipment, not to be like mean to you guys, but equipment is secondary. Light
It is what it
primary.
is.
Light is primary. And I think a lot of people always tend to ignore the fact that you need to have good lighting.
Yeah.
Like we were discussing before we jumped into the segment, you like to use natural light. Now we are able to replicate that using our lighting. So we get 100% color accuracy. We can match the Kelvin rating of natural light, and it just pulls it all together. It just gives you that full dynamic range of your production.
And the ecosystem then does not come together if we can't hear what's going on.
Of course.
The
course.
audio is also something that we don't consider until you're sitting in post and you had a whole conversation, but there's no audio.
Correct. You can have a beautiful camera giving you a beautiful
Yeah.
picture, but if the sound is not good and coming through clear, you're going to lose your audience.
Yeah.
So it's the three pillars that bring a professional enjoyment of watching production. That it's vital.
And now with the evolution of technology, I think just looking as to where we started to where we are now, do these three elements in the industry consider each other when evolving?
Most definitely, I think so. Yeah.
Most
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compatibility-wise?
I would say there's a lot of R&D that goes into all these brands in the background that a lot of end users and consumers they don't even think about. But the R&D is exactly like I mentioned earlier with regards to NDI protocols that we're introducing into our cameras to make them fit into different environments. We even launched a color matching application for some of our cameras to match multiple different brands. So whether you're a competitor or not, we have the mindset of collaboration now, which I think is important. Let's also just take a moment to realize the level of content being produced has increased by thousands of percents,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody
Now,
wants to
how
be
do
a
you stand
content
out?
creator.
How do you stand out?
Yeah.
If you're going to create content and you're just going to take your cell phone and make a video, no microphone, no lighting, no audio, you're not going to stand out. How do you stand out above the rest? And that's where Canton Parker, for instance, he had that new controller, PlayStation controller.
Correct,
And
yeah.
he made this insane video, lighting. He took the time and the effort. He put the hard work in to make it stand out. And that's where we are at the moment, I think. If you're going to just make standard, ordinary content, you're not going to stand out from the rest.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
I think the quality of the content that the average person is able to produce now is also pushing us
And brands
and
to
brands
develop.
to develop. I mean, if you take, for instance, our new lighting engine, I've got one of the lights up on the stand there, Palette Lab, 380 trillion color possibilities.
That's insane.
So, no, explain this to someone who has never seen it.
Okay, so-
what does it look like? How easy is it to set up? What is it suitable
so
for,
simple.
home or
Yeah,
outside?
it's so simple. So where I see this light really sort of taking the industry by hold is especially in South Africa. So where we've got, a diverse population of content creators, skin tone on camera has always been a contentious thing. So now with this light, you're able to get 100% or near 100% color accuracy. It's 99% score. But with 380 trillion color possibilities, you can literally match just about anything. So your skin tone on camera for broadcasting, for podcasting, it's going to look real. It's going to just give you that depth that you need. It's going to literally pop out of the screen.
I need a picture there. We need to
When we
set the
come with
lighting.
this, I'll take some photos of you.
And I just want to come to you, Juan,
Yes.
in the sense of audio then. I think for so long we just know an ordinary microphone. We don't literally understand the difference between microphones. What type of microphones are suitable for what? Let's start with what we're using now. I want this in my house.
So
Me too.
That is 100% right. So microphones, there's a plethora of different types of microphones.
Yeah.
But specific microphones are for specific applications.
Okay.
So this mic that we've got over here is specifically for podcast. And what it's doing is it's amplifying our voice literally the closest from us. Behind you and behind me and to my right here is hundreds of people having hundreds of conversations. Someone down there is talking on a cell phone and someone over there is playing music. Yet our listeners are going to hear our voices isolated because of this specific mic. We've chosen to put the Procaster here rather than the pod mic. It's just a slightly more of a studio professional pod mic, and it's got much better low range and high range. And you can clearly hear in the headphones.
No, fully.
The
That
quality.
isolation though, what causes it? What
It's
is
the
the pop
capsule.
filter inside?
It's a capsule inside.
Right.
So if you move your microphone away, you can hear my voice.
I can't hear anything.
Yes, and I need to bring it back again, and then you hear it loud. So this isolates your voice. It's like with a lapel mic. When you wear a lapel mic on you, it's designed to be 30 centimeters from your voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's not telling you though?
No.
All the fun you can have in terms of different voices and tweaks and
Hey.
I was
special
about to
effects.
say with
It's
AI.
hilarious.
With AI, the evolution of microphones and sounds,
So
where we headed?
yeah, so I mean, Rhode's console, the Rodecaster Pro 2, we're at the second generation now, is leading the podcast field by a huge mile. And built into that unit, we've got 4 XLRs, so we can have a 4 podcast setup. We've got 2 wireless receivers, so we can have another 2 guests join us. And then we've got a USB-C input, where we can have a 7th person join us.
Wow.
So you can have a 7-person podcast setup. There's a huge range of audio capabilities within a desk like that. But the fun part, and probably what's leading to us winning this award
Yes.
is the interactiveness.
Yeah.
Is they've got special effects. We can tweak people's voices. Drop
Really?
Yes. So we've got an engineer over there that's running the desk over there, Gunther. Gunther is one of our premium dealers in South Africa. He works at, there we go. So there's a special effect on your voice. That's the robotic special effect.
Ladies
there's-
and gentlemen.
There's one's for pitch, where it changes your pitch. There's a disguise. But it goes as far as there's 64 buttons and with different banks. You can start adding your own jingles in for your own radio station or your own podcast to make it unique to your brand or company.
So I can add a clapping, I can add a horn. Boo, 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 boo.
So those come standard.
Oh, there it goes. There's the horn.
That comes supplied standard with a unit, but there's a huge amount of
Yeah.
open banks where you can then program and load your own audio special effects.
Oh, that's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I've learned
Gerald,
something.
I mean, everything is evolving. Camera-wise, obviously now, because of certain brands, we're like, this is the best. But I was talking to you and you said, we're now on 8K, 16K. I've never heard of that. I know 4K is the best we've got, but there's actually more than that.
Camera resolution is only one small thing in the big picture here. Something else to just mention, where you mentioned AI. Canon's just joined or created this thing called CP2A,
Okay.
which is protecting journalists, news agencies, videographers, creators to verify that their content is not AI generated. Because you've noticed online how many...
It pops up actually.
Hey,
It says AI info.
My gogos, my uncles, my aunts, they're all sending me these things thinking it's real. I'm like, guys, it's AI.
It's AI. You
So
can see it's fake.
we are protecting the creators, the future creators, future content creators,
Yeah.
future hybrid creators against that, right? But we're also adapting with it. The only reason you're going onto a mirrorless system now, one of the biggest reasons is the advancements in AI autofocus. We call it deep learning. So we don't quite call it AI. So just topped on that quickly. But when it comes to, where are we going with camera resolution?
Insane.
It's insane. 8K, 12K. The first thing I ask when someone starts speaking about resolution, though, is it that important? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. But you have to think to yourself now, who out there does not have a 4K TV at home?
Yes.
Everybody has it. It's
4K,
all you
yeah.
can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 5 years from now, it's probably going to be 6K. Then it's going to go to 8K.
8K.
The human eye can only perceive up to 32K and 12, 14, 16 stops of dynamic range.
Yeah.
So we do have a limitation in terms of what we can perceive. But that's where AR and VR start to become relevant topics. So yeah, Canon's launched an 8K VR system, 180 VR, which is incredible. But I find VR also goes through these hot and cold phases.
Okay.
But I do believe it will form part of our future when it comes to visual storytelling.
The interesting thing, though, also about cameras, and I think as we talk about content creation and everyone having the ability to be a creator, cameras are getting smaller and smaller, but the resolution is becoming insane.
100%.
Let's talk about how it feels like we're going backwards, but it's also more effective and more efficient.
I've always said when they figure out how to put a big sensor into a cell phone, then we've got trouble. But here's another hot topic. If you look at the compact camera industry, it was insane 10 years ago. We thousands and thousands of units shipping out of Japan every single month. And that died because of the cell phone industry. But now we've seen a resurgence of the compact camera because the generation are still wanting to go back to that compact camera feel.
Tactile.
How many people are still shooting on film? Right?
Yeah.
It's a legacy thing. So the industry with all these changing notions and all these changing technologies, I think there's still so much space, so much more growth in that industry
100%.
for technology.
I just want to touch base on that technology.
Yeah.
So, RØDE was always for sound, but they introduced video now. We've got something called the RØDEcaster Video, which is a vision mixer.
Mind you, this is audio.
Yeah, so the company's evolving.
Okay.
We're now making vision mixers with NDI capability, where we can add Canon's PDZ range into it and have a multicam setup. You're probably asking me why I'm holding my cell phone like this right now.
Are you recording? I was about to say, can I please
if
get
Gunther-
a video?
Gunther, give
I
us
mean,
channel
we are
5.
taking a podcast.
Channel 5.
Capture the moment.
So
Ooh.
that's a live feed now, going live out to everyone of yourself, wirelessly coming from my cell phone.
Hi, everyone.
I can go as far as splitting to the camera, to my side and your side, and having 2 feeds go out to the vision mixer.
Audio-wise, are we getting everything as well?
So the Euro audio, of course, is our 4 mics that we've got in front of us, the Procasters. But the video coming together in the RØDEcaster video, I'm now sending in a feed out from my cell phone wirelessly over NDI to the mixer,
Going
out
live.
via live view, and out we go live.
The quality is also insane. But let's come to you, Damien. When talking about the creators, the evolution, as a girl myself, we started off with actually wanting an actual light. Then it was just like, actually, natural lighting is nice. Then we did the ring lights.
Yes, those are still very, very popular. I
And
must
the
say,
way-
those are
you
still
normally
some of
see
our
it in the
best.
eyes, right? It changes your pupils.
Pupils, yes.
But let's talk about what we have here. We have soft boxes, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, so
soft
what
lights.
so what we have here is our F-series panel. So it's actually a flat panel with LEDs embedded in it. You can actually roll this panel up. So from a portability point of view, you can roll it up, throw it in the back of your car. and
Like
off
a
you go.
reflector. Remember how you would?
Yes. But no, this
Okay.
is actually a little bit more agile
Easier.
than a reflector. Yeah, and they're waterproof, which is fantastic.
Oh, lovely.
In fact, one of our brand ambassadors actually did some work for a company that installs Wi-Fi into taxis, and he needed to do a podcast and then obviously shoot an advert in a taxi. And you can imagine trying to get a film crew into a taxi. I know as South Africans we can fit.
We make plans, boy.
you know, we can make plans when it comes to taxis, but. Just from a production point of view, he needed to have the taxi driving around the streets of Joburg to make it look authentic. And we actually taped one of these lights into the roof of the taxi, and he had his actor sitting in the back seat, 2 cameras, audio guy, and off they went.
Awesome. Incredible.
Took up no space. In the past, what would actually have to happen is you would have to cut the taxi in half, put it on a stage, and do everything on the stage. Where you literally couldn't do this in real time.
The future of lighting,
Yes.
where is it going? Because light sounds like such a basic. It sounds like a basic need.
So as I mentioned previously, the biggest advancements that we're seeing is the lighting engines, so the color engines. But on our side, what we pride ourselves on is efficiency. So a lot of our fixtures are super efficient in terms of drawing power. So on our stand, we have a MG6K, which is equivalent to a 6K HMI light, which is what you would have on a movie set. It only draws 4,000 watts. So you could essentially still run it on a normal circuit at home without having to have additional generators or additional power backup. We have a 4K HMI that only draws 2,000 watts.
That sounds amazing for South Africa. You know the
the
state we're
load
currently in.
yes,
Everything is
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah. So that's exactly it. So when we've been talking to the rental houses, in the past, guys are spending huge amounts of money on diesel, to run their generators. And we know the price of diesel at the moment.
Price of diesel.
Yeah. How much is a litre?
Increases.
And I mean, with Eskom behaving, it makes more sense to go back onto the grid.
Yeah. And I mean, Joan, if you talk about mics, I think as a broadcaster myself, I normally think that I can use this in radio, but possibly there's a different mic for radio. The education around, because we're all becoming content creators, what we need for where
is vital.
How is that going?
It's going very well. So, RØDE started off with the NT1. There's a big story I can tell you, but it would take a couple of while. But the RØDE NT1 is the predominant studio microphone that we've got.
Yeah.
We've got a nice little rainbow layout at the back over there. And that is designed for vocal use in a studio. Then we've got wireless mics. We've got a plethora range of wireless mics that entry-level work with cell phones, which is for everyone. Anybody that wanting to get good audio wirelessly to a cell phone, the RØDE Wireless Micro. And then from there, we've got the Mi's, we've got the Gen 3s, and we've got the Pros. The guys are shooting on these big broadcast cameras and wanting to get a presenter and a guest wirelessly hooked up. We've got wireless mics for those kind of productions. We've got very expensive studio mics, which are used for vocal as well as instrument recording. So the range of mics we've got is from the musical instruments, from vocal singing, to broadcast and video, to content creation for consumers. The range is huge. And then also we've got amazing headphones as well.
Yeah, I'm loving this, by the way. I'm really loving this.
One thing about these headphones, you'll see the material that it's made out of. It's Alcatar.
Oh, what is that?
So it's a type of leather that stops you from sweating, because these headphones are designed. Yeah, it's very soft. We've got memory foam, cooling memory foam inside.
Okay.
But Alcatar comes in another location, under your bum in a Lamborghini or a Porsche or a Ferrari.
Oh, so
Okay.
luxury.
We're in an Urus.
Luxury.
Yes.
Okay.
Urus on your ears.
Gerald, cameras are expensive. Equipment is expensive in general. And I think when you buy something expensive, you want to know if anything happens, can I repair it?
Welcome to Canon South Africa. We are Canon South Africa. We're based in South Down Centurion. Come visit us. We've got coffee. We've got great staff members. We've got amazing cameras, lenses, color science, Canon. We're here for the South African market and industry.
Yeah.
It's such an absolute privilege to be able to say we're Canon South Africa. Canon Global's vision for the future is to always protect and to be a part of the community. We are a sales organization, but more importantly, we're here for the end users.
Cohesion.
And I know we're running out of time, but just in closing, I'm going to need this from all of you. MediaTech Africa 2026 is only going to come back in 2028. Is that enough time? Is the 2-year break worth it? But also, how would you describe this season, having had the hiatus for 7 years?
We're back, baby.
It is just fantastic just to be back in an environment like this.
2 years enough?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is my 8th MediaTek.
Oh.
And I'm kind of sad to realize that there's not going to be a MediaTek next year, because we've waited so long to have this. This is definitely one for the cards.
Yeah.
Not just the awards, but the African delegates. We've met so many more African people coming in, which is great, because we know that's where the business lies. That's where the expansion is. That's where the growth is going to be. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm excited, super
We're
excited.
excited.
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
years
we
is
can't
enough.
wait, yeah.
2 years is enough.
We're
See you
gonna
in
bigger and better,
2028.
bigger and better.
Oh,
Bigger and better.
we're going 20K at that time. I really hate that the fact that we're out of time, but that was a conversation with three gentlemen, dream work making the teamwork, well, teamwork making the dream work. Right here at MediaTech Africa 2026, TVU networks on the ground, giving you everything that you need to know, regardless of where you are within the globe, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Switzerland. Worry not, just with the click of a button, we give you everything that you're missing out on in the physical. Woo, I'm excited.